Why my boyfriend dumped me the first time I wasn't the chill girlfriend. I used to be proud of being the cool girlfriend. You know the type. Never complained when Mike canceled date night for poker with the guys. Laughed when his friends made jokes at my expense. Pretended to love watching football every Sunday even though I'd rather do literally anything else. You're so different from other girls, Mike would tell me. You're just so easy to be with, no drama. For 2 years, I performed this role perfectly. I was the girlfriend who never asked where he was going or who he was with, who split every bill down the middle without being asked, who never had female emotional outbursts like his exes apparently did. Mike loved telling people about how lucky he was. Sarah never gives me grief about anything, he'd brag to his friends while I sat there smiling like a trained seal. Then I had the worst week of my life. Got laid off on a Monday due to budget cuts, found out my dad needed surgery on Wednesday. My best friend since college moved across the country on Friday. By Sunday, I was barely holding it together. I hadn't told Mike about any of it because I didn't want to be dramatic, but that night I finally broke down. I called him crying and asked if he could come over, just for a few hours. I needed someone to hold me and tell me everything would be okay. His first response was silence. Then, okay, but I was actually planning to meet the guys for drinks. Is this really urgent? I explained about losing my job, about my dad, about feeling completely overwhelmed. I told him I just needed one night of comfort and support. Mike sighed. Actually sighed. Sarah, I just can't deal with this drama right now. This isn't like you. You're usually so chill about everything. The words hit me like a physical blow. Here I was, asking for basic human compassion during the worst week of my life, and he was treating it like I was being unreasonable. I thought you were different, he continued, but you're getting all emotional and needy like every other girl I've dated. That's when it hit me. Mike didn't love me. He loved the performance I'd been giving him, the cool, easygoing character I'd created who never had needs or feelings or bad days. I hung up the phone and just sat there in my apartment, crying harder than I had all week. Not because of the job, or my dad, or my friend moving, but because I realized I'd spent 2 years completely erasing myself for someone who would abandon me the second I showed any human vulnerability. Mike texted the next day asking if I was over my little breakdown, and if I wanted to come watch the game. I didn't even respond. 6 months later, I ran into his friend Derek at a coffee shop. Derek told me Mike had been complaining about his new girlfriend. She's so needy and dramatic, apparently. Nothing like you. You were perfect. I just smiled and said, yeah, well, perfection gets exhausting. I could see his friend's face go pale. The irony is I'm actually much happier now with someone who loves me for being human, not for being convenient.